Everybody, Maria Doyle Kennedy. Welcome to the show.
Lovely to see you.
How are you?
I'm great.
Excellent.
Really good, thank you.
I mean, there's a, you know, as we mentioned in the bio, there's a whole lot we can talk about, but anybody who names their single Fuckability is really making
Is a head case. Yeah, I know.
But it's not even an offensive song in any way, shape, or form.
It's not the tiniest bit offensive, and I never thought anybody would be worried actually about a song having a title with a curse in it anymore. But yeah, they found it kind of difficult at radio, frankly. But it's a great song. Yeah.
Was that a surprise to you that radio kind of went, wait a minute?
Yeah.
Really?
Imagine, I know.
But how laid back are they here?
I should know better, but I thought they would call it F-ability and just play it anyway.
Or make lovability.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell you whatever you want to hear tonight and change it to tomorrow ability.
I mean, I should have just called it One Step Forward, which is the line that's mostly in the song. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's great music though. Great song.
And imagine as an artist, it must be really interesting to be able to go back and forth, to act and to be that, but then to find another way to kind of release the energy that you have inside. When you're doing one, are you thinking about the other?
No, absolutely can't. Have to totally separate them. I think otherwise I wouldn't do either well. So, I mean, it's completely different. I think acting is it's like pretending. It's like, you know, what you did when you were small. It's like, you know, play acting.
Right.
So you get to sort of live out these different things without any real life consequences for your actions. It's fantastic, and you get paid. But music is what I need to do, I suppose. I write the songs myself with my husband. He's my partner in music and life, and yeah, many crimes probably. But
care to share?
So no, it's a personal expression, I suppose, of what I feel and what I see. And
is it a different vulnerability because when you do get on set and you play, you know, a queen, you like you said, you get to pretend, but success or fail isn't wholly on your shoulders.
Exactly, it's much more collaborative effort. Whereas singing the songs, I've written them, I'm singing them, and I'm exposing myself, certainly my feelings, and then it is about whether you're good or not. I think you can be a really good actor in a not very good film. If you're a really good singer, then you are a really good singer, or you aren't. You know, it's just, it stands.
I think for a lot of people, you know, the Commitments would have been the moment where they first kind of really paid, certainly the rest of the world saw what was going on with you. What did it, at the time, were you aware of everything that was happening?
No conception that it would be such a popular film, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was, you know, as it seemed. It was the first time I'd ever done any acting. The director, Alan Parker, hadn't found what he wanted within the acting fraternity, so he started looking, just open calling. And I was singing then with my band and just went in to see it, and then, yeah, got the job and made some lifelong friends and had a really good time.
You were an early incarnation of Hot House Flowers, right?
That's very, very true, yeah.
What was, I mean, because again, you get to be a part of things at the very beginning of their development.
Yeah.
Do you get to develop along with it? Because you opened for 10,000 Maniacs. You had some big shows in your career.
I opened for 10,000 Maniacs actually with the Black Velvet Band.
With your husband?
Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we toured with them. I love that band. Fantastic. And yeah, I guess I've been making music for more than 20 years now. So and still somehow finding a way to do it. It changes maybe as you go along, and now the way I do it is I run my own little record label and release everything myself, which is fantastic in that you have total control over what you do. Nobody's trying to say to you, no, where's the hit single, where's the hit single?
But except maybe you would have to say to yourself, where's the hit single? Because when you run the business, you require a different level of success, don't you?
Well, possibly if there was somebody else there, I mightn't have called the song Fuckability. So, yeah. But it's good, but then you have to impose your own deadlines, and you have to try and work at things that are maybe, like the best thing I do, I think, is probably sing and write those songs. And telling other people about it is more difficult for me. I'm not a natural in that kind of area.
So but
you can do it you're doing it for me, so that's great.
You know, when you start off as a singer and you just take an open call to be an actor and you get into the Commitments, that's one thing. But then to step into the Tudors and to step into a completely different world where you're playing a person that was real and you're doing, you know, and you're doing the Queen, which has got to be fun.
Yeah.
Is there a different kind of pressure for you when you walk into that world?
I have done a few other things before where I was representing somebody who was actually alive, so that was even more difficult, I think, because they were living and I had a huge responsibility to tell their story. In terms of the Tudors and Catherine of Aragon, well, it was just fantastic. I had a Spanish accent, so immediately I'm not myself, and get to wear these fantastic frocks and crown jewels. I mean, who doesn't want to be swanning around the place like that, frankly?
Were you ever tempted to leave the set in costume and go to the pub? Because in Ireland it would play great.
It would be totally possible. No, but I was told that I brought my queenly attitude home a few times, and that if I wanted that kind of service, I needed to go back to work. So I was obviously ordering people around, but no, it was great. It was really good fun. The funniest thing about it, I think, was that I after series 1, I was only supposed to be in that, and then I became pregnant. Totally out of the blue. I mean, well...
In real life?
In real life, yeah, sorry. And obviously not totally out of... It wasn't an immaculate conception or anything. Right. But...
so this was... So you could actually trace it back and say, this is possible?
Yeah, definitely. But then they said, we'd love to have you back in series 2. And I said, well, that's fine, but I'm pregnant, so... But they were fine and they wanted to work around it. But I'm convinced that it was all that praying and crying for a boy child in series 1 that just... got me. But then, of course, in the end of that,
Are you suggesting that God didn't know the Tudors wasn't real?
Yeah. I'm suggesting that I was acting so well that I was transcending the... but then I had to die, of course, and he's leaving me because I'm barren and everything. So I'm on my deathbed. I'm 8 months pregnant. They had to make me a special bed with a big hole in it and fake blankets and legs across the top. And the entire crew were standing around, hanging themselves, laughing as I'm dying for my thing. It was, probably the best acting I ever did.
Nice. Ready to play 220? A whole bunch of rapid fire questions. Half of them, doesn't matter what you say. The other half will find the true measure of your soul. Are you prepared?
I'm not sure that you'd find the true measure of my soul that way,
Roll
but I will
animation.
certainly give it a go.
Okay. What's cooler, the 10 Commandments or the 11 members of the Commitments?
Obviously, the 11 members.
That's the right answer, by the way. Okay, now say something incredibly offensive in Irish and Gaelic, but make it sound beautiful and poetic.
No, I couldn't.
I think you could. There's no one around, just us.
No. No, I just couldn't. It would be too offensive, and I'd know I said it, so I'd feel bad.
Does anybody here speak Irish? Nobody. See, they wouldn't even know.
No, but I do.
Okay,
I feel terrible.
You have several boys. What's the perfect name for a daughter?
Elva.
Elva's a nice name.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
I just met someone recently, a really lovely person called Elva.
There you go. Best world leader of our time?
I'd have to say Barack.
Of our time, he's the best world leader?
I think he's given it a shot. I'm up for everything he does at the moment.
All right, so 2 people then in history that you'd like to have dinner with?
Oh, Isadora Duncan and Sarah Bernhardt.
Sarah Bernhardt, nice. What's the best movie you've seen in the past year?
I liked Juno a lot.
It's a great film.
Beautiful film.
It's a great
really,
film.
really beautiful.
Ellen Page was fantastic in that
Absolutely
movie.
gorgeous, yeah.
Who's your favorite female singer?
Patti Smith.
Well done. There couldn't be another answer.
Is that the right answer?
That's the right answer. Well, for me it is anyway.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Really crap television.
For example?
Oh God, what's the worst thing I've ever seen? I suppose a really bad soap opera, maybe.
You want to be in one of those?
No.
Just
no.
for fun?
No. It's a kind of a sort of a thing just to you would actually watch just to kind of shut down your brain, just so you don't have to do any real thinking.
Spandex bike shorts or whalebone corsets?
I'm sorry?
Spandex bicycle shorts or whalebone corsets?
Oh, whalebone corsets.
Anytime. Who do you admire the most?
I have huge admiration for my husband, Kieran Kennedy, who's puts up with me and patiently and loves me.
Do you think the Antichrist will come in the form of a televangelist, a rock star, or a politician?
Oh, I'd say televangelist.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maria Doyle Kennedy, everybody. The Tudors Season 3, Wednesday, September the 30th, is going to premiere on CBC. We'll be right back.